All right, take 3.0. I'm having a hard time staying on topic here. I want to keep this clear and concise. So we pulled the old SE notebook out of the pocket with a pen to make sure that I stay on topic. Steve Kalari is a liar, but not on this topic, and I do believe that I was mistaken on one point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you how I was mistaken and then how the truth is worse than the lies. On my March 7th video, my full video, I stated that Steve Kalari finished some of his warranty work after seeing my video. I said that based on this comment from a guy who I'm going to refer to as Drew. This was the only information that I had at the time. Now, Steve Kalari in one of his recent videos has shown that he did actually send this knife back on March the 6th. So the problem is his customer couldn't have known that because he never mentions anything about giving his customer the tracking number when he ships the knife. So nobody knew that he sent the knife back on the 6th. I talked about the warranty concerns on the 7th, and then Steve tries to call me a liar for my live video that I posted on the 10th.
March 10th is when he posted this.
He's been a crook. He screwed me over for 2 years on a rock wall. He's a liar, thief, and he's gotten away with it because he's loud and aggressive, and his buddies that would jump and attack you, make blah, blah, blah. Talk crap. There's receipts overrated about it. He's loud and aggressive, doing it, attacks people, and the crook just like slicey, dicey, yada, yada. I've never made a knife called a rock wall. So Mr. Wicked Reels, you can reach out and show me where I screwed you 2 years ago on this rock wall.
But right here is what he's talking about. Back in late 2020, I ordered a chef's knife at $86.70 from Steve, my brother, for Christmas. In late 2023, I found my brother had left it in a drawer, pitting with rust. Remember that. I had left it in a drawer, pitting with rust. Obviously, that was my brother's fault because he's not a knife guy. Lesson learned. However, I sent him pics asking if he could fix it. He said yes. Mailed it to him in October of 2023 at this point. All I really wanted to know is if the knife was salvageable. He claims that he's still trying to fix it. I told him to mail it back to me, but with something I can't read. I have zero expectations. Okay.
Now, I checked the tracking that he posted, and it says that his package was not delivered until the 11th. And again, the customer could have had no idea that his knife had been returned because Steve never told him. So in this case, as often happens, I made a statement in an hour-long video based on the information that I had, and that information was incorrect. And I'm not about that. So this video is going to be linked in that video with this explanation. Now, let's talk about the deflections that Steve uses to deflect attention away from the task at hand here. Steve talks for quite a while about how this was not warranty work. And I will be honest, I'll give credit where it's due. Steve handled this situation at this point very well. A customer's knife rusting is not the problem of the maker. And when this person was like, well, you should have made the knife in stainless or something like that, no. If you buy a knife that's high carbon and you don't take care of it and it rusts, there is no reality in which that is the maker's fault. However, if a customer comes to you with a problem that is outside of your normal advertised warranty and you still repair it, a customer can very easily still consider that a warranty return. This is a deflection because he can sit here and talk about how it wasn't even a warranty, which is arguable. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I guess it might depend on your point of view, to deflect from the problem at hand. Who cares if it was a warranty or not? The guy wasn't happy because you said you would fix it, and then you took a long time to fix it. Bottom line. All right, so the other deflection is he didn't talk at length about my March 7th video. He mostly talked about the video that I posted on March the 10th, asserting that I am a liar for still using these screenshots and this information about Steve based on when Steve said that he had nothing but a good reputation. And I'll post that video right here. Now, this has nothing to do with the warranty. This has to do with Steve's reputation. And We could go a lot deeper into Steve's reputation with Witty and Witty's explanation for why he went live with all of these problems in the first place. But the reality is, people want to go live at this point when they have problems with Steve Kalari because he's a liar and a snake. So he's trying to deflect, put blame on me. Oh, he's sharing this content on March the 10th, and I shipped the knife on March the 6th. Well, yeah, but you didn't tell anybody that you shipped the knife, and the knife didn't get there until March the 11th. So again, it doesn't matter. Trying to stay on topic here, that's not even the important part. That's not even the bad part. If it was just a warranty issue, if what I said was the truth and the only truth, the situation would be better than what it is in reality. Because in reality, yes, he did ship the knife back. Who cares whether or not it's a actual warranty claim? He had a problem. He complained about it. It's not a problem that was your problem, but you decided to fix it anyways. The real problem is how Steve handled the situation afterwards. You've got this guy, I'm going to call him Drew. And Drew's apologizing to Steve. And Steve's giving him the proverbial backhand, even though he's apologizing, and the guy is still apologizing. As if Steve has all of this power. The reality is Steve has absolutely no power outside of one thing. Steve has the guy's home address. So the guy, you could say, could be worried about Steve publicly sharing his home address if he says the wrong things, if he says something. This could be a method of leverage, and leverage is power. It's the absolutely sick part. Steve still doxed him. So doxing is when you share someone's private information. It's not doxing to share someone's business email or to share someone's P.O. box necessarily, because it's not their home. It is doxing when you share someone's private home address. Steve doxed himself in his first video, and I'm sure he doesn't care, and that's fine. More power to you. But if I was the only person in the world who had Steve's home address, I would absolutely never share it, because that's what someone who is absolutely devoid of integrity and who is absolutely effeminate and power hungry and narcissistic does. And I was doxed, and I got to experience that by Black Scout Survival, because he was mad that I called him a liar on multiple points and then proved each and every point. Liars don't like when you do this, and I can't help but do it. So Steve doxes his own customer who's sitting here apologizing to him and telling him how great his work is. And Steve doxed another one of his customers in his initial video. So we've got Super Steel Kyle being a guy who literally doxes not his worst enemies, but his own customers. All right, so we're going to almost wrap it up with that. The last thing that I want to say here is that as Steve continues to generate content and weave this entire web of lies, the purpose in telling all of these lies on fighting about semantics and fighting about the meanings of words and all of this stuff, the reason for all of these lies is to draw attention away from the lies that matter. The lies that matter are that Steve took the money up front for Witty's order, and he never mentions burning up his knives until like 5 or 6 months later, which is his excuse for why he didn't finish the initial batch. Okay, so he's really harping on lying about not taking the money up front because part of his personal brand and his personal image is based on not taking money up front. He pathetically just says, I never even thought of that, when he knows that it's something he's talked about repeatedly. He talked about it with Survive. He talked about it with all kinds of other stuff. So this is an important lie for him to tell. It also seems that this is an important lie for him to tell so that he can promote Blade Binge. I don't know what the relationship is between him and Blade Binge, but when you have a problem like this and you use a problem like this to repeatedly say, I didn't take the money up front, but then you promote Blade Binge for paying for your costs up front on these runs of your knives, that's starting to get a little bit sus. It sounds like you're trying to make a contrast between how these two different companies operate, when in reality, Blade Binge paid you for your materials. Witty paid you 100% up front. The other lie that he's going to detract from, he's saying that the knives were in fact finished on the due date of February 14th. The problem is, February 14th was not the day that Witty said he had to have a tracking number. February 14th was the day that Witty said that he had to have knives in hand or money in hand. So again, not only is he telling lies to draw attention away from other lies, but even his lies do not relieve him from any of the responsibility. It's absolutely pathetic. That's all I have today for this video. In the future, I will be hitting more of the lies that Steve has told. He is an absolute pathological liar. And we will also be diving, most likely, into his relationship with various YouTubers, various businesses and companies like Pop's Knife Supply, with Blade Binge, and with Blade Show itself. These are some very important things, and once I have I've got a lot of answers built up now. Once I get a couple more of these answers, I think it's going to paint a complete picture that will actually matter in this industry. And the more I look into this and the more I find out, to be honest with you, the less that I want to find out, because it paints a pretty desperate and sad picture for the industry as a whole. That's all I've got for today. I'll talk to you in the comment section below, and I hope that you have a blessed day.